Hello and welcome to today's deep dive. We'll be going over the January 2025 release of Ninja Scroll on Blu-ray. Before we begin, I do want to warn everyone that Ninja Scroll is a film for mature audiences. It contains extreme violence, gore, nudity, and sexual content, some of which is non-consensual. I encourage you to know yourself and to know what content is appropriate for you to consume. I will not be talking about any of this content, but I understand if you don't want to watch this video any further. This Blu-ray is for Region A and contains one movie which is 94 minutes long. It has English 5.1 surround and Japanese stereo audio, and English subtitles. It also has an audio commentary with director Yoshiaki Kawajiri and character designer and animation director Yutaka Minowa. This is a Sentai Filmworks production, with the dub being produced by Manga Entertainment. But more importantly, I want to list some of the individuals responsible for this release. Without their hard work, we would not have this Blu-ray. The English dub producer was Yutaka Masaba. The English dub director was Quint Lancaster. The English ADR script was written by Raymond Garcia. The executive producer was John Ledford. The head translator was Ian Fagan. The subtitles were by Neil Barnes. The disc authoring was by Rin Anthony. Production and subtitling manager was Son Fan Lei. The studio manager was Joy Galbaud. The QC manager was Crystal Ruiz. The production coordinator and translation manager was Janice Williams. The graphic design manager, packaging, and menu design was by Larry Kotiff. There were likely many others who were involved in this release, but whether they were credited or not, I would like to thank them for their work. Now let's take a look at the packaging. This is a standard Blu-ray case, and it does not come with an outer cardboard sleeve. The front features some key art, the title, and the Sentai logo in the bottom right corner. The spine features the title, and at the bottom are the Toho and Sentai logos, Toho being the Japanese production company. My copy has some warping on the spine, where you can see that the shrink wrap stuck to the case. If this bothers you, you may need to invest in a replacement case. This is a very common occurrence, so personally it doesn't bother me, but I understand if you don't like it. The back has a synopsis, more art, and technical information at the bottom, most of which I covered at the beginning of this video. I'll show you the insert outside of the case, and the back of the insert is blank. Opening up the case, we are met with one disc and nothing else. As you can see, this is a very simple release, with no extra bells and whistles. This is a standard Sentai Filmworks release, but is not necessarily a bad thing. Keeping it simple allows them to sell their products for lower prices. The menu for this disc is very simple, but easy to navigate. The main theme plays on the menu, and you can select to play the movie, languages, scenes, and disc credits. The subtitles are standard Sentai Filmworks subtitles, yellow with a black outline. I noticed no subtitle errors throughout my watch of the movie, both the regular subtitled version and the subtitled commentary. Speaking of the commentary, while this is the only special feature present, it is more than enough to satisfy me. If you want to hear two masters of animation talk about animation techniques, this is for you. The director, Yoshiaki Kawajiri, also directed Wicked City, Demon City Shinjuku, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, Goku Midnight Eye, Cyber City Oedo, and Birdie the Mighty, and much more. The character designer and animation director Yutaka Minowa also worked on Record of Lodoss War, Vampire D Bloodlust, Devil May Cry the Animated Series, and much more. The commentary track was truly wonderful, with very little dead air and lots of fantastic information. The one downside is that you can only listen to the commentary with the Japanese movie audio. You cannot listen to the commentary alongside the English dub. Later, when editing this video and gathering B-roll, I discovered that this Blu-ray has a bit of a quirk. You actually can have the commentary with the English dub, but I don't think you're supposed to be able to do this. Let me show you. Here we have the movie playing in Japanese with English subs. Now, let's say I decide to listen to the commentary partway through the film.
My man saw a strange group of men running away from Shimoda village last night. I thought it might have something to do with the epidemic, so I came to you, Chamberlain.
What are you telling me? That they spread
Somehow,
poison through
this
the towns
action
they
changes
passed
the
through, or
audio
something
to
equally
English
improbable?
while displaying the commentary
Preposterous. Don't even
subtitles
waste my
without
time.
the commentary audio.
Something is up there. I can smell
Obviously,
Let it
switching
go.
from Japanese audio to the commentary track shouldn't do this.
to your attention.
However, even though
On
it's a
second thought,
mistake,
perhaps we
more
can.
options is
This
always a
what I
good thing,
want
I
you to
guess.
do, Hansa.
I wouldn't want to experience the commentary this way, but maybe you do. In addition, when listening to the commentary, there are no subs for the movie dialogue. Because of this, I recommend the commentary only for people who have watched the film recently or have seen it countless times. Speaking of subtitles, this release does not feature subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, which is disappointing, since Sentai has actually been very good about including that on their other recent releases. Overall, this is a very simple release, but it's competent, and the commentary track is simply fantastic. This is a great value purchase, and I highly recommend it for anyone who is interested. As of the making of this video, the lowest price I found for Ninja Scroll was $15.39 on Amazon. However, I encourage you to keep your eye on the Sentai Filmworks store. Right now, it's $16.99, but Sentai tends to apply deep discounts to their items as time goes on. I imagine that within a year, this will be under $10 during a Sentai sale, assuming that it remains in print. Now would be a good time to mention the history of this film on Blu-ray. This film has been released on Blu-ray 4 times, all by Sentai Filmworks. The first time was in December of 2012, and then it was released again in May 2015. It recently received a steelbook release in December 2024, and this January 2025 release marks the 4th time. While the steelbook is unique, I believe the other releases are very similar. The biggest difference I could see is that the first 2 releases include previews for other Sentai products, while this release does not. All releases featured the commentary track. Unfortunately, I own none of these prior releases, so I can't offer any further comparisons. I can't predict the future, but I think it's apparent that Sentai values the license of this film and will continue to release it. However, it's uncertain when that next release will be. The wait between the second and third releases was nearly 10 years. I don't think it will go out of print tomorrow, but it will one day, and it could be a long wait for the next release. That just about wraps up everything for this review of Ninja Scroll on Blu-ray. Will you be picking up Ninja Scroll? Let me know down in the comments. And if there's anything I missed that you would like to know about, feel free to ask. But with all that said, thank you for watching this deep dive. I hope you all have a wonderful day.